I love you for always subscribing. Thank you, thank you. Our numbers are going up every day, and it's because of you, and you. Thank you so much, okay? I love you so much for coming, okay? So let's talk about today's topic. Lessons I've learned after doing so many Canadian videos, okay? By the way, if you are new on this channel, I've been doing Canada videos for many years. A lot of research. Like Canada.ca knows Janet because I've been doing so many videos from Canada.ca, a lot of research, and I've learned a lot. And that does not just apply in Canada. Actually, it applies even in America. Some of the lessons I've learned, honestly, if you learn them so well, you will start seeing a theme. There's a common theme going on. And that's why I want to share with you so you can think long and hard. I don't want us to be in a rat race. Do you know what a rat race means? You're on that wheel. You're always going on the wheel. You are not exiting. You're in a wheel. You are not exiting. I love you so much, okay? This is what I've learned. After doing Canada, after doing America for a long time, I want us to understand the basic facts. And in fact, let me just name this as basic facts. If you do not have this, you are watching these videos for entertainment. And I love you for watching for entertainment, don't get me wrong. But honestly, if you want to win, if you want to succeed, you cannot escape this. And this will just be your pathway, okay, to success. All right, let me just start with the basic one, which I've talked about. So let's put it out there before I continue. Okay, you cannot succeed if you are not a risk taker. So that I'll not even expand. Because most of these things need investment. And who is to take the risk? You. All of us, you can share with me whether you're in America, in Canada, you're still in the Sunshine Continent. If you've ever stepped in that embassy, you went in there knowing it's a chance. You went in there knowing that if you pay the $160, it's a chance. Okay, so I don't need to repeat that information. It's obvious, but sometimes it's good for me just to bring it back for us so we understand the importance of knowing these things. Having said that, these are the basic facts about Canada from what I know. Okay, from what I know. Number one, and stick towards the end, you don't want to miss the one that I will say last. Okay, the one that I will say last, if I forget, please remind me. But number one, what I've noticed, you are more likely to succeed when you're on the ground. Why am I saying this? I know I've taught about express entry. I've taught about provincial nominee programs. I've taught about rural programs. I've taught about, Ontario, Toronto, all those programs, Janet has taught. Student visas, visiting visas. I have videos on those topics. And I used to tell you, go to the job bank. I'll teach you how to set up the LinkedIn. I'll help you how to find jobs in Canada. Many of you succeeded. You send me messages. There are people in our city that say, Janet, all of us, we are Janet Rangi followers. Okay? Someone told me they met so many people in Canada. They say, oh, Janet, me, I came because of Janet. Thank you so much. I love your testimonials. They help me to keep going. But if you are lucky those days, of course not lucky, okay? Most of you, I taught you how to find those jobs and fire. And you are just lucky, in my opinion, not lucky, you put in the time. But mostly, the people that succeed have found a way into Canada. Why do I say this? Because during the pandemic, Janet was busy doing videos. I was busy doing my videos here and telling people that, the points, express entry, the people that were being chosen were already in Canada. Meaning if you're outside Canada, you are not getting a good chance. What is Janet saying? I think if you listen to me carefully, I'm not discouraging you for looking for a job when you're outside. I'm not discouraging you making a resume on LinkedIn. I'm not. I just think from research and from my reading, we have to focus on going there. And I'm going to tell you how to go there, of course, but I'm just telling you all these things I say, express entry, rural, provincial nominee programs, okay? They're just things you can succeed when you're there. Okay, so now that brings me to the second point. The second point is when you're there, most of these programs give a lot of emphasis on Canadian experience. So how do you get the Canadian experience if you are not in Canada? Okay, I hope you are following me. These are important points. I'm just being honest. So number one is to take a risk. How you take it to that embassy, all of us took risks. So don't come, by the way, don't start these programs, as I said, if you're one of those people who's going to lose money and think you lost a baby. You cannot. And I just said you have it, risk. It doesn't matter, America, Canada, wherever you are. Risk is involved in all these things. And don't expect someone else to take risks. Even people that go to Harvard, they can graduate and not get a job after spending thousands of dollars. Think of any university back home. People go to those universities, but you don't think about it. You're risking your money to take all those courses in education, in finance, in business, in agriculture, and coming out there, you're jobless. I don't see you go crying to the university and saying, give me a refund. Give me a refund. Give me a refund. Risk is everywhere. By the way, don't come to Janet Rangi if you are not involved in a risk. I am not the embassy. I will never make decisions. What I promise is a good job. Do you understand? So understand that. I'm training my people. Mindset is everything. You will go to Harvard. They will give you a degree. They cannot promise you a job. Now, the chances are higher if you go to a good school like that to get a job, of course. Okay, of course, in America, there are always jobs. But you get my point. How many of you have gone to very good universities back home and you do not have a job? So that is about risk-taking. I want you to start thinking like that. Some of you, you are even afraid to risk in Canada, but you're busy thinking of going to risk your money the next 4 years in that private university back home that has no job. If that money would risk in Canada, your chances are higher for you even getting better education. Am I talking to someone? Am I changing our mindset? Am I changing our mindset? It's the same thing. It's even worse. It's worse for you to invest in a university that cannot promise you a job. Okay, but you just don't think about it. It's a risk. Okay, it's a risk. But when it comes to these things like Canada, and especially if it comes to people like us and people who are agents, it's worse, my friends. People will go to the Canadian embassy. People will go to the American embassy, get denied. They will swallow the pain. They will swallow the pain. But if they see they gave it to an individual, like it's not any different. So long as they showed you the process. So understand risk, calculated risk. Take that risk yourself. We took it. You can do it too. Is it worth it? 1,000,000 times more. Okay? Risk. Number 2, you are better off if you are on the ground. Better off, okay, sorry, a phone call came in, okay? You are better off, okay, if you're on the ground. Number three, so how do you get on the ground? And I promise to tell you how you are going to get on the ground. So some of you, we are waiting for Canadian, okay? You are waiting you are waiting for to be chosen on the express entry. And you'll be waiting for a while. When the truth is, you can probably utilize the student visa and get there. You can utilize the visiting visa and get there. Why are you getting there? To get the Canadian experience. Canadian experience gives you points in express entry. Canadian experience gives you points in provincial nominee programs. Canadian experience gives you any place you are applying for PR. Canadian experience, Canadian employers is a plus. And some of us from the Sunshine Continent, we do not have these programs that will set us apart. People in other countries, they have those summer jobs. They can always go there. They're assured of getting a visa. They don't have to worry. So they can always get that experience. For us, I want us to start thinking like, let me get there, instead of waiting on the other side. I'm telling you, even me nurses here, RNs, yes, the agents can pick you from home. Don't get me wrong. But some of us, we decided to get another way of coming. Like, let me just get there. That's why I came as a student. And then I came on the ground and then got the experience, did the exams, and then got into the system. So I want us to start thinking like that. Janet is educating you the reality. Do you understand? So how do we get on the ground? Student visa, visiting visa, fiancé visas, marriage, and all those, okay? Conferences. All right, graduation ceremonies. I want us to be thinking like that, okay? But now the most important point, before I even waste time now. You see how I'm going in a sequence? I told you towards the end of this video, I'll speak about very, very important points, which most of you are going to miss. And this is what is going to set apart those who will succeed and not, because it happened to me. If you are new on YouTube, thank you for subscribing. And go to janetrangi.com for more details. janetrangi67@gmail.com. This is how I came to America, by the way. I took a risk. But that the thing that separated me from the others is I took action, okay, when they were still scared. Guess what? After I stayed in America for about 5 years, the green cards closed. So you could no longer come as a registered nurse. So some people behave as if these opportunities are here to stay. No, they are not here to stay. They will disappear at some point. So when they are saying, okay, we are needing 300,000 immigrants, we are needing up to 1 million immigrants up to this, some of you are taking that information for granted. So let me just go straight to the point. Speed. Like now, to be quite honest, if you go to Canada on a visiting visa, you are allowed to work. That came just because of the pandemic. It's coming a time when that will expire. And some of you, you will miss the boat. Okay? You are going to miss the boat. Because you are not willing to work with speed. Like speed is everything. Success, speed is everything. When they say the working programs will end in February, so now the next time you go to Canada as a visitor on a conference, you understand? If you go to Canada as a visitor or on a conference, you reach there, oh, you are not allowed to work. Now you can't even get the Canadian experience. Or if you want to get the Canadian experience, you are probably doing things under the table. When now it's legal, some of you are not taking calculated risks. If I'm not wrong, I think the program will end next year in February. For working, that is unheard of. Visitors used to go, you tour, you go back home. Canada has given permission to the employers to give jobs to visitors. Some of you don't recognize that that is a moment in history. Okay? Because when you reach there, all the money you are scared about, okay, which is not easy to find, don't get me wrong, but if you happen to crack the code and get in there on a visiting visa, you are more likely to find a job. And then now success starts propelling. If you have that Canadian experience through visiting visa, you can easily win through the express entry. You can easily win provincial nominee programs. So now you can even save some money going to school, because we know in Canada, if you go to school 1 or 2 years, you are more likely to get permanent residency. So if you are that person who doesn't have money for school, if you are that person who doesn't like school, but Canada visiting visa is giving you an opportunity to just show up at the door and get a job. And then after the job, you start acquiring that 1 year experience. It's so golden. It's so golden. That 1 year work experience is so golden to enter into other applications. I say this not from guesswork. I did Canada videos for many years. You know me, Janet. I taught you Canada.ca inside out. Okay? If you go down here, all those videos about Canada, Janet has done. Just because you are meeting me for the first time, and maybe you think I don't have many subscribers, that's not mean I didn't do these videos. They are all over Facebook. They are here on YouTube. Do you understand? It's just that I wasn't consistent. I was going to school. I was focusing on my master's programs instead of posting videos. Okay? Just know that this content has been there for you for a long time. So I'm talking from experience. Understand that if you can get yourself into Canada and get that working experience, Canadian experience, it will do you a lot of service. But as I said, that focus towards the end of this video, speed. Speed is going to separate you from the other people. As I said, these things are coming to an end. And don't say Janet didn't tell you. When there's opportunity, some people are dragging their feet. As I said, risk goes everywhere. Okay? You do not have just to risk going to Canada. You do not just have to risk with agents. You do not just have to, you can risk going to universities. Those colleges you are going to that are not promising you jobs, you're risking. But you don't see it. Okay, so be very intentional on how you spend your money. Be intentional on where your risk is worth. Okay? Even some people, let me give you a perfect example in closing. Okay? And correct me if I'm wrong. Some of us, we come from those societies where people even use, backdoor money. How do you call it? Like bribing. The money you use to bribe is more of a risk. And some people will be willing to even bribe to get into that school, but they are not willing to pay that money to an agent to take them to Canada. You have that money, you are just not thinking about it. You are not weighing your risks, calculated risks carefully. You understand? Me, and by the way, let me just say from experience, the risk for Canada is 70%, the risk for America is 30%. And I've given examples. You have to go down here to the other videos to understand what kind of client I give 90%, what kind of client I give 70%, what kind of client I give 30%. And yes, some of you have done with me coaching, and I've given you 24%. You know that. I mean, it's so painful when I'm saying that, but it turns out to be true. There are people that I've coached, and from the beginning, I just say, it's up to you if you want to go to the embassy or not. Because at this rate, I'm giving you 24%. And there are those clients, even with the American embassy, I give 90% because I know their finances are just strong. Their education is just strong. Their travel history is just strong. Okay. Their confidence is just there. So, I mean, and some of them have even gotten visas before. So that one goes without saying. But even with the fresh one, if they've been to Europe, everywhere else, or they've gone to Dubai, they've gone to South Africa, they've gone to even Tanzania, Uganda, they've been to Ghana, Nigeria, it shows something. Okay, so always, make your situation. Before I even finish, some of you go to your neighboring country. I had a client. I told her, please, how far are you from the... Go to Namanga. Arusha is close by. Okay, get your passport stamped. So those are simple things. In summary, what has Janet said? Okay, what has Janet said in this video? What I'm saying, calculate. These are the lessons I've learned. Being on the ground just opens up more avenues. So learn how to get on the ground. How do people get on the ground? Common visas like visiting for graduation, visiting for leisure, visiting for conferences. Once you're on the ground and time is for essence, these working visas are going to go away for visitors. Don't get me wrong, they will disappear. The reasons why they gave employers permission to give work permits to visitors is because of the pandemic. And so when that ends, your work will get even harder. And so always take time to make use of opportunities when they show up. Some of you are probably waiting to job bank. I called 10 employers. They did not respond. No. Explore ways of going there. Permanent residency will happen. It's more likely for you to get permanent residency in Canada, of course, compared to US. And I know some of you, before I go, you keep on asking which one is better. I will never tell you which one is better, but just listen to me. Getting a visa in Canada to me seems like 70% for most people, and getting a visa in the American embassy to me seems like 30% for most people. So you make the choice. It's not about which country is better. It's about what are your chances, what do you like, what is your dream. There are people, even if I tell them Canada 90%, America, Janet, America. The decision is yours. But the most important thing, be on the ground. Get that Canadian experience. The other things like having a relative there, like having some education, like, your willingness to stay in Canada, the ties you have in Canada. By the way, don't confuse temporary visas and permanent visas. When you go there requesting, work permits, requesting to PR, permanent residency, that is a permanent visa. So they are going to ask you if you have any ties. If you have cousins, first cousins, brothers, sisters, mothers, uncles, your case is strong. Okay? If you have a job there, strong. If you went to school there, strong. If you're a Canadian employer, strong. Your numbers just go up and up. But remember, that is PR. Okay, don't go applying for a visiting visa, which is temporary, or student visa, and you start saying, my uncle is there, my sister is there. No, your ties should be very strong on the other side. How do we reach you privately? janetrangi67@gmail.com. I saw your comment. Okay, and why do I say this? With this world of hacking, I have to keep my platform secure. So I'm the only one who has access to these platforms. But when I go to the emails, I have a lot of help, okay? Plus comment sections, I try, but I just know. By the way, serious clients always find me. People that are hungry, I know them, they're like me. If I want something, I go for it. I'm always willing to take the risk. Now, the risk is yours, okay? Thank you so much. Janet Rangi, 67@gmail.com. By the way, if you just go to janetrangi.com, you'll find the emails are there. You'll see Janet's face. janetrangi.com belongs to Janet. She took that space. No one else can claim it. So it's mine, okay? It's mine. All right, mobile, we are trying to clean the malware. We are very aware of that. It's diverging you to other websites. That is normal in some circumstances. There's just a plugin we need to buy, and then it will clear that. But desktop is direct. So try to clear your cache, your history, and click several times. Even on my phone, it directs me and I get annoyed. So we've called the hosting company and we are going to clean that, okay? By the end of this week, it should be functional. But the website is fully functional. No mistakes, nothing, okay? Desktop, everything is working. Mobile is where, sometimes, these commercials, people, they try to snatch so that when a customer comes to Janet Rangi, they take them somewhere else. But there's something we can do to make sure that they don't diverge you to any other website, okay? But if you go to janetrangi.com, you'll always find Janet contacts. And someone will answer your email, okay? Remember to be on the ground. Remember to take risks, calculated risks. Remember, anytime you have Canadian experience, it's a plus. And remember, these benefits can disappear. It will come a time when it will be so hard for you to enter Canada, and you'll be busy making calculated risks in the wrong places. In those colleges that will never give you a job. Of course, no. I understand, by the way. I truly understand. It's better for you to invest in that education at home, but still, believe you me, when that university or college does not give you a job, you are not going to make noise. So change that mindset. Okay, don't come to Janet Rangi to make an application if you are a crybaby. Please don't. Okay, because I'm not the embassy, but I do a good job to give you a good chance. Okay, another thing you can do to improve your chances is to have all the exams. I have customers that do not have GRE, do not have English. Basically, they have the bare minimum. And I still try to get admission for them on a record time. But still, their demands sometimes can be overwhelming. But I respect them because that is what I promise. Sometimes I'll try my best to get you the quickest, shortest, cheapest ways of applications. But remember, the risk is yours. Always go read the terms and conditions with any job you start. Before you trust someone, read their website, read their terms and conditions, understand what you are getting yourself. Well, me, I'm just that kind of open person. Okay, I'm just teaching our people to start thinking like that, okay? Read yourself, okay? What you cannot expect is to put people through 100 hours and then start asking for refunds. And then in that case, people might ask you, okay, so how do you pay the time back? Do you understand? So understand that, okay? But for the most part, for me, I'll tell you my applications, school at universities, 91% admission rate. Community colleges, 100% admission rate. English programs, 100% admission rate, okay? That is for sure. Since I started making applications, I've had maybe about 7 denials or 8 denials from universities. So I know universities, 91% we cannot control. That's another thing. When you make an application in a university, never expect. Some of you make applications yourself. It takes long before you get. Okay? So just understand. Okay? Hi dear, hope I'm not late. No, you are never late. Better late than never. Again, how about I thank you so much, people on YouTube. It's because of you, and you. My numbers are going up. Every day I wake up 100. Every day I wake up 200. Every day I wake up 500. So some nice gods are taking care of Janet on YouTube, okay? Or maybe just like my content. But I love you so much for always listening. I'm nothing without you. You make me strong. You encourage me, okay? Sometimes I kind of undermine myself, but everyone that calls me, oh, Janet, you're so big. I'm like, oh, okay. But I have a lot of weight on my shoulder. That one, I'll be honest, because I'm serving the whole of Africa sub-Sahara. Those numbers on YouTube should not lie. I get these people every day. So I'm very aware of my clientele. I'm holding very, very heavy weight because my message was geared towards Africa sub-Sahara. Okay, so I'm getting all the people in Asia, Europe, Africa, okay? All the diaspora people are now Janet. Okay, and I thank you so much for always praying for me, and I'm staying strong for all of us. And you keep on staying strong for all of you. Learn what Janet is saying. It's by no means easy. Nothing is easy, but my friend, keep heart. You will make it. Take action, okay? You don't just watch Janet for entertainment. You are welcome. Okay, but if you want something to happen, take calculated risk. How about I love you? Merci beaucoup. Muchas gracias. Kwaherini. My goal is to always leave you better than you found me in every video. Is to learn just a little bit, just to get a little bit wiser. And I love you. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much and bye-bye.